I want to put this on. This is down in Rio Rico. We're being told it's 15 miles from the Mexican border. But this is the video, the first video that we have seen that is connected to the person who was detained and we presume is now being questioned. Anything about this video, Bob Krieger, that strikes you as you look at this? Because I can't really pick out, what is significant and what is not.
Yeah, with what I'm seeing on the screen, there's not much I can say about it, other than there's a good amount of resources down there. That part of between here and Mexico, there's usually not a lot of officers,
right.
And I know that the sheriff's department has resources down there, and any other resources that are out there to help as far as feds go. But they were definitely looking for something with that amount of people that are down there.
Yeah, and I wonder, Josh Ritter, if you look at the picture, I don't even know if you can see it, but I will tell you that, as Bob says, there's not really a lot to see, not a lot to decipher. There's a truck on the right. There seems to be some people gathered by that. There appears to be some type of, it could be a photographer's box. It could be, who knows what it is. And then you have a couple of cars on the left-hand side and some people that are down, either being questioned or somebody who's talking to somebody else. We just don't really know exactly what we're looking at here. But you wonder if in a situation like this, is it the goal to get this person, as Paul Mauro was saying, and bring them back to Pima County? Is that the goal, to get this person into a vehicle as rapidly as possible and get them back where they can be questioned?
Absolutely, if you believe that's the person you've been looking for. If this is just a person that you feel is ancillary, a person that's going to do nothing more than kind of further the investigation, a person that might have helpful information but you don't feel is involved, perhaps you continue to question them where you've stopped them. This was described to us as a traffic stop. Perhaps you question them there, bring them back to a local area to question them. But the idea that you're going to put that person in a vehicle, drive them, an hour north back here to Pima County Sheriff, that to me shows that this person's beyond just simply someone who's helpful to you, but you might be your suspect. I'm going to also keep you updated further to what's taking place here outside of the station, is that we've also seen one of those SWAT vehicles return. So whatever operation they were on earlier, when we saw all of those vehicles move out in rapid succession, they've obviously wrapped that up. That also seems to coincide with the time that we've heard about this detention and how long it would take them to make that hour drive back from that location here to Pima County Sheriff.
Yeah, and while I've got you both here, I want to bring in, Bob, the same for you. We got some breaking news coming in. This is from KSAZ, our Fox affiliate in the Phoenix area. It says, quoting here, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, assisted by the FBI's evidence response team, is conducting a court-authorized search of a location in Rio Rico, Arizona, related to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. This operation is expected to last several hours. No further details at this time. And then it ends by saying, please see the media staging area below. Fox News has a camera on the way to Rio Rico, so we hope to get some video sometime this evening about what's going on there. What's your best guess at what we're looking at here, Paul Mauro? It doesn't appear to be the vehicle. It is a court-authorized search of a location.
So that could very well explain why we had all of the tactical vehicles that were rolling out of here a couple of hours ago, if they had identified that location. It also potentially cuts against the idea that he was trying to flee to Mexico. It sounds like if you have a house down there and the perpetrator, or I should say the suspect, comes back to that house, well, then that's why he was down there, and that might be where he was going. I don't know which one they got first. They got the ID of him and where he lives, or that they got the car first, and off of the car they got the house. One thing I can tell you is, as I said earlier, you're not going to have a trouble of any sort getting the search warrants here. And the fact that they're bringing him back here while they're doing all of this down there at his house, presumably, I don't know it's his house, but you would assume that. Again, that tells me that this thing is really starting to accelerate. And the other thing I'd be interested in, Trace, is this. Where up here are they bringing him? Because there was some mention of the Pima County Sheriff's Jail. The Corrections Department up here in Pima County is also under the Sheriff's Department. So if they're bringing him to the jail, what do you do at a jail? Well, that's where you process. That's where you can not only interview somebody, but that's where you do the prints, where you do the photographing, where you do all the stuff that happens subsequent to an arrest. You can interview there as well. But this is not a soft landing for this guy if that's the case. If you're bringing him right there and you were trying to build a rapport, you might not bring him there. You might bring him someplace where he's a little more comfortable. You know, you could try to, you want something to eat, you want to get him talking to you, you want to get into his head a little bit. You're bringing him to a prison to do the interview. That tells me this thing's pretty far along the line, if in fact that reporting is accurate.
Trace, I don't mean to interrupt, but if I could jump in here too to add to what Paul was saying. Something else to note in this this new release that we have, they talk about it being a court-authorized search, and that's operative there. An important thing that they're letting us know is what that means is they have evidence. They have evidence somehow. They've either gathered it before or after this apprehension, this detention, and presented that in front of a judge. And a judge has had to sign off on this warrant. So there has to have been some level of probable cause there, some level of evidence for them to get that warrant to make that search.
That's exactly my question is, how long does it take you to get the warrant? Can you get it? I mean, we think this thing, you know, we were building this up in the last hour because we didn't know, you know, as maybe that this was some kind of a race, like it was a chase down to Rio Rico, when maybe it wasn't. Maybe this person was in Rio Rico all the time. Maybe this person lived or lives in Rio Rico, and it all kind of transpired. They knew this person was down there and it was just time to go, and they waited to bring in the cavalry before, Josh, that they couldn't do it until they got the court order, the court authorized warrant to go in and take a look.
No, you're absolutely right. And to answer your question, how quickly can they do this? Fairly quickly. Many jurisdictions have judges who are essentially on call, and they rotate for exactly this type of purpose, that they know that crime is not going to wait for business hours, and so they need to have judges available if they have breaking evidence and they need to move on that quickly. And this is exactly one of those exigent type of situations where they might have evidence that they need to make a search which could lead them towards saving somebody's life. So they're going to wake up a judge, get a sign off on this warrant. Hopefully they're conducting that search now, and hopefully that's giving them some information that might lead them to Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, Bob, is you're looking at whatever information that we have here. The key to all of this is trying to locate Nancy Guthrie and find out where she is, and maybe the key lies in that location.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.